Okay, how are we doing, guys? I'm a while since I made one, so I'd go ahead and put one out there. Also, this is probably the most common base in Clash of Clans Town Hall 9 history, I swear. It seems like everybody uses it, and you can see, start of this attack, 1 minute 50, it's 3-starred. So, I mean, my heroes aren't incredibly high. I mean, you're talking level 11 Queen, level 11 King. My golems are only level 2. I only use 2 P.E.K.K.A.s. I have level 5 hogs and level 6 balloons, so max level balloons and hogs. But for the most part, I mean, you're not talking about max level troops, especially whenever it comes to here. You can do this with a level 5 queen and a level 10 king. It's just that overpowered, and this base is just that shitty. So if you know what you're doing, it's really a piece of cake. What you want to do is drop 3 golems. Typically, you want to do it from either the queen side or the clan castle side. Now, the idea is that the queen will come towards the troops and draw them in, or the clan castle will. If they're both on the same side, then that plays into your favor. So, in this particular scenario, we have the clan castle here and the queen here. So, you either want to attack from this side or you want to attack from this side. Whenever you lay out your golems, lay them in a line. So, one on each corner, one in the middle. Now, the 2 in the middle, and the 2 on this side are going to pull towards here. If you did it over here and you did your 3 golems here, here, and here, you're probably going to pull here, but it's fine. So, after you lay out your golems, you want to line out your wizards. I always try to do it from the outsides and then work my way in. That way the last structures remaining are center structures opposed to exterior structures, because that can make your troops wrap. And you don't want your troops to wrap, you want them to go in the center. So let's go ahead and hit play. Drop my 2 golems, and then line out my wizards, throw in my wall breakers, get that all busted open, and get myself in the center of the base. And I can't remember if I brought a third golem on this one or not. I'm not sure if I did or not. But then you throw in your P.E.K.K.A.s and your king and your queen, and back it up with a couple more wizards. Actually, I just had a clan castle full of wizards. That's how overpowered this is. I mean, I never recommend wizards in your clan castle because they just get clumped up. They die too easy. So you use a heal spell. Let me pause it real quick. You throw a jump spell here. That allows your troops to get into the core a lot easier. On this side, they're going to bust through. So this spell's not going to cover the whole radius. That's fine, because this side you got a P.E.K.K.A., a king, and a queen over here. And then a golem and a couple of wizards. On this side, we got a batch full of P.E.K.K.A. and a golem. So you got a lot more firepower over here. And they're slower moving troops. So you want to get these ones through here faster. These ones, you got all those wizards. I dropped a rage spell here to take out those clan castle troops. And it took care of they took care of the queen on this side, clan castle on that side. But at any rate, didn't even use my poison spell. So I'm going to press play again. The wizards are working their way in. And now you'll see that they're going to work their way into the core here. There goes a lot of the troops working their way into the core. And right there, as soon as the troops get into this core, as soon as they get in there, you send in your hogs. Because a lot of the defenses are going to be distracted. And don't drop your heal over here, because you're only going to cover maybe this much with that heal spell. You actually want to bring it in right around here. Because the hogs are basically full life. And so because they're full life, you can think of them already as healed. Think of it that way. And then the heal spell will cover this radius here. That means that they got through these defenses that which drain their life. This is going to heal them back up. Then they're going to be full life again whenever they hit here. So you got full life here, full life here. And the whole top of the half of the base is already gone. We're at 46%. So we're sending in the hogs to the backside. I brought a couple of loons because I knew that air defense was right there in the center. So that means as soon as that air defense is gone, I can send in a couple loons here and here. And they'll take out those cannons. Just make it that much easier. You can opt for more hogs if you'd like to. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, this is just way overpowered. So there goes the hogs and the balloons. They've taken out the rest of the defenses. Well, nearly taken out the rest of the defenses. Peck is going to come in there and make short work of everything. You got the queen. The king is down. Queen, I never even touched her ability. There it goes. The only reason why I used it was so I could get through that wall faster and tear down that storage faster, so I could get to those last couple of defenses. Not that time was really against me, it's just I didn't feel like wasting any more time. So that's how to take out that base. And that base is literally one of the most common Clash of Clans bases of all time at Town Hall 9. So I wanted to go through that because I've gone off and 3-starred that base more times than I can count whenever it comes to Town Hall 9. So I just decided that I'd show you guys that one. Here's another one that I wanted to show you guys. Close call. I actually 3-starred this base before. What I did was brought like 11 witches or something insane, and I think 2 healers and 2 golems. If you can break, because this is open already, if you can just drop a jump spell here, you have access to all of the base all the way around except for, just this. You'll stop at this compartment. But more than likely, this core is already going to be taken out. So you'll have access to the entire base except for literally like this part here. Or if you do the opposite side, it would be this part here. So if you could put a jump spell here, you basically have access to almost the entire base. Because like I said, that core will get taken out. Either a queen will work her way in there or wizards will work their way in there. This will get taken out, so don't worry about that. Stray troops will take. He does a very similar comp. Didn't bring the healers. He brought more wizards. I think I only brought a few wizards. I brought very, very few wizards. I brought like maybe 4 or 5 wizards on mine. He also didn't bring the jump spell, and I think that's really what affected the whole raid. So drop down the poison spell. Queen's in the poison spell. Clan Castle troops are in the poison spell, which is nice because that slows them down a lot. There goes the witches and the skeletons. They're going to go through and make damage. Start tearing through the whole base. Wizards are they've taken care of all the Clan Castle troops. And now, like I said, this core is going to get hollowed out anyways because it's all such short range that it's really not hard for the troops to get their way through it. Now, like I was saying before, sorry about that, screen's dimming. If he had brought a jump spell right here, I really think it would have made the difference of the whole raid because that golem would have had the opportunity to work its way through the base rather than getting hung up in this on this wall for too long of a period of time, in my personal opinion. You see the queen's already hollowed out that core, and his queen actually ends up going down right here. I think she might have pulled right had that jump spell been there as well. So we're going to ×2 this because it's kind of slower moving now. But all the troops are going to make their way around the base, and it's just basically a circular motion, just like I was saying. I think what really screws him is these 2 Teslas were just picking off every single troop little by little, rather than focusing on those golems like they actually needed to. So he lost a lot of witches and wizards out of that. Let's see, there went another witch. So basically, just ran out of tanks and firepower. I don't think he, even if he had that extra time, I don't think he would have gotten it because it was just a golemite and a wizard left, really. I don't think it would have made it. So, if we run into that base again, next time we'll know exactly how to take it down. Just refer to this video. Next war log, we're going to go into the war that we just had. Some pretty good bases. We just kicked ass. Man, that's really all it's this one, I didn't 100% it, but I kind of want to show it anyways because I think if I had opted for 1 less golem and 6 more hogs, I would have gotten it. So just for future reference, I don't know if we'll see this base again or not because it's not a base that I've really ever seen before. It's probably more common base. Three of their members had very similar bases. This one was slightly modified from the other two guys. The other two guys had identical bases. But I just kind of wanted to go through it. So if you look, you can send in your troops from the north up here. They'll take out this, and they should take out this one. There's always seems to be a stray air defense, it seems like. So I brought balloons, though. I like balloons better than hogs because you don't have to worry about giant bomb threats as much. You don't have to worry about healing your balloons. I mean, they'll just go through and they'll tank for everything. Two balloons can take out almost any air defense. Cannons can't shoot them, so as long as you can take out these air defensive structures, not air defenses. But as long as you can take out these air defenses, then you basically have it made. So let's hit play, and let's go through this real quick. Okay, so the golems go down. Line out your wizards. And like I said, I always go from the outside in. That creates a funnel. Put your third golem down. Drop it down in here. And see, like I said, I think I could have gotten by with just 2 golems rather than even using that third golem. I think I would have been just fine. Poison spell. Send in your Valkyries. There's your earthquake spells. And now you got your heal. Heal up your Valkyries and your king. Because the king's going to be getting ready to hit his rage pretty soon. And then he's got all his barbarians. Plus he's standing in a heal with all the barbarians. So they're going to stay alive for a little while. They're going to tear everything up pretty quick. Along with the Valkyries. And see, I've already sent in 2 balloons to go towards this cannon. That area defense is getting ready to go down. So I'm going to send in 2 balloons towards this archer tower. And I sent in my hogs here. And I just didn't have enough hogs to take out these 4 defenses, which is what I needed to do. Because they weren't distracted quite yet. I think if I just maybe waited a tad bit longer, allowed them to get a little bit more distracted on everything. And if I had more hogs, I would have gotten it. Because there goes that last air defense. And here comes the last bit of balloons. But you can see that it's, with that air defense still standing, that's the difference maker in the whole raid. So we'll go ahead and times 2 this, and you can see how it plays out. All right, I think we've seen enough here. Kind of get the story, get the gist of the whole story right there. So that's basically into that one. Now, this is a slightly modified version of that base. The only difference, really, is that this air defense and this air defense here was here. So, otherwise, it's really the same base. There's not too many differences. If that air defense had been, it would have made the entire raid much harder, just like the other one was. So, we'll go ahead and hit play. And it was basically the exact same attack. Start from the north side of the base. Send in your golems. Get your wizards going. Create your funnel. Go from the outside in, just like I did before. There goes the queen. She's going to make quick cleanup of everything. And see how this wizard tower here is shooting at the golem. He's distracted. So send these wall breakers and get a free, nice little chip off of that wall. Brings in my golems. Send in my Valkyries and my Clan Castle Valkyries. I opted for Clan Castle Valkyries instead of golems again, instead of the extra golem. And it made a huge difference in this one. I also didn't have to bring in hogs because this air defense was so much closer. I knew that they'd make it to it, so I didn't need to bring those hogs. I actually brought 12 balloons instead of, I think, 11 balloons last time. I'm not really sure. But anyway. So there goes the queen. She's going to take out that air defense. Send in 2 balloons over here. Take out this cannon just like I did before. That Tesla's gone. Now she's going to focus on the town hall and send in a couple balloons towards this archer tower. The mortar just goes down. Wizard tower is getting ready to go down. Here goes the other air defense. Now I can send in the balloons over here. That air defense just went down, and it's basically just it's just deploying the rest of the balloons, and then I can start popping wizards on the outside of the base and throw my goblins down, because those goblins make for really quick cleanup of all your storage pumps and all of your storages, your pumps, and your drills and mines and all that good stuff. So they'll just clean up the trash buildings real quick. So that's it. Heading towards that last storage up there. We'll times 4 it, just so you can see the rest of the cleanup, and that's the end of that raid. Okay. Now we got Traymond. This base, this is your standard GoWiPe, but this base is extremely common. You have Teslas here, and here usually. A lot of times they put giant bombs in the center of those Teslas for hog traps, basically to keep you from being able to hog the base. Can't really use balloons on it either because they're at center, so this isn't one that you want to use balloons on. So typically, hogs would work on it, but because you have those giant bombs, it's very risky. I mean, you can use hogs, but you're playing into a pretty big risk factor. So Traymond did this attack, and it went really well for him. The only thing I hate about GoWiPe is you just never know if it's going to go the same every time. GoWiPe's so hard to control. So sends in a couple of golems. See how he spaces them? You don't usually want to cluster your golems. You want to space them a little bit so you can get a wider shield on everything. And that shielded for the Tesla, the cannon, 2 archer towers, and the mortar. Sends in his wall breakers, starts throwing some wizards out there. There goes the king and the queen. And I think here in just a second, the Peck is going to go in there. Throws down the poison spell, a couple more wizards. Gets everything in the core, rages it all up. That core is getting taken out. You can see how large the core is whenever you use an earthquake spell. It really opens everything up. Throws one more heal spell in there just to keep those wizards alive longer. That way they can keep blasting at everything. And you can see already this base is pretty much toast. There's not too many defenses left already. And he has a lot of tanks left still. He's got a cannon and an archer tower left in the whole base. You got a wizard and an archer on the back side cleaning up everything. A wizard on this side. Another archer over here. Queen's about ready to take out that cannon. And now she's going to focus on that archer tower, and this base is toast. There's no defenses left. Everything else is just clean up from here on out. He's got full golem left, a couple golemites, a few wizards, 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, a queen. I mean, tons and tons and tons of troop space left. Now, I want to pause it real quick. With that earthquake spell, I mean, look at the amount of area that he opened up whole base. Now, these were done by wall breakers, so these don't really count because these were done by wall breakers. But this whole area, which gave access to everything here, that's what basically made the whole raid right there. And being able to get all those troops into that core and placing that heal spell really well, because that's what kept all of his wizards alive. If you can keep your wizards alive inside of the core, they do a tremendous amount of damage, because they don't have to go bust through walls to get to the next structure. They shoot right through them. So that's the end of that raid. Now this next one was done by Bling It On. And she did a GoWiPe. She does the similar thing. Busts open the core with some earthquake spells, throws in a couple of golems. Actually, a few golems. Lines out her wizards. Now see, she started with her wizards in the center, and look what happened. Because the wizards were in the center whenever she started rather than the outside, look where the wizards are going. They're going towards the outside of the base now. You're pulling them towards the outside. You actually want them to do the opposite. And there goes, see how that P.E.K.K.A is going towards the corner. The reason why is because of the way she lined those wizards out. You want to try to line your troops out from the outside in, not in out, but outside in. So she throws a heal spell down that helps those wizards stay alive, just like I said before, because that mortar was giving them some pretty good splash damage. Throws a poison spell down, gets rid of those clan castle troops. The raged wizards helps a ton. I prefer to use the rage spell in the beginning as opposed towards the end or the middle of the raid, just to get rid of those clan castle troops faster. Clan castle troops can make your raids end really quickly. After all these air defenses have been taken out of the core, there was one here, 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 and here. This is the last one left. She starts sending in balloons. So the balloons are basically taking out the rest of the base, and now you can see that they're going to work their way through here and basically kill everything very, very quickly. And this raid is going to be toast in just a matter of a few seconds. Every defense is now taken out of the entire base, and it's just cleanup from here on out. So, pretty crazy how fast that happens. That's why I like balloons better than hogs. I know a lot of the top players are using hogs instead of balloons for that stuff, but I just prefer to use balloons. A lot of people in the clan use balloons opposed to hogs, probably because I'm a better teacher with balloons. I teach them more. I think that influences them a lot. So that's the end of that raid. Really good job, Bling. Flower bases are, not to discredit Bling or anything, but flower bases just suck. It's a crappy base design. Here's another crappy base design. I don't know what it's called, but I call it a snowflake because it kind of looks like a snowflake. So, send in a golem in the center, and this is what made the difference. That golem in the center set off this giant bomb, which allowed wall breakers to go towards the center of this base. Once they go to the center of the base, I can put a jump spell here. Without these wall breakers, get hung up on the wall, the clan castle troops will destroy your troops very quickly. And it allowed my troops to get in there and take out the queen and the clan castle troops. So that made a humongous difference. Line up my wizards, get my queen down there, get the wall breakers in there. They just busted the wall. Now I threw my king in since the wall breakers have busted through the wall. The wizards are going to take out these clan castle troops. There goes a heal spell to keep all the P.E.K.K.As and the king alive for a little bit longer. And now that everything's kind of in there, I throw a rage spell in the center just to get everything moving a lot faster. And here comes the hogs on the outside. Now earlier I said I don't like using hogs, but if you use, there's no spots for giant bombs to be placed anywhere in here. None whatsoever. So once again, very first raid, whenever we first started, if you bring them in here, they're going to be full life, and they're going to take out these first few defenses just fine, because they'll have plenty of life to do it. So if you just drop your heal spell right around here, it'll cover this whole area here, and that gives them full life to take out these remaining ones. So that's exactly what happens. They go through here, they take out these defenses here. Drop your heal spell, they're going to sit in the heal, they're going to be full life again, fully rejuvenated to take out the rest of the defenses on the outer corner here. And The rest of this base is basically toast. Now they move through the base pretty quickly, and the rest of these defenses are pretty much done and over with. And that's the end of that raid. We'll ×2 this just for the cleanup, so we can get through this cleanup a little faster. And that's that. I had full life on my queen. My king was still alive. I had a ton of troops left over. Kind of overkill for that base, so that was basically the end of that one. I haven't seen this one. I don't even know how... Oh. Well, this is a Balloonian. This is a Town Hall 9 taking on a Town Hall 8 with Balloonian, so we'll watch it just for shits and gigs. It'll be kind of fun. Sends in a balloon, takes out the dragon. Not takes it out, but draws out the dragon. Puts down a rage spell, or a poison spell. Dragon's going to get drawn over here to this corner. Poison spell's got about half of the, about a third of the life down on that dragon. So now he's going to just send in a couple of minions. Take it out a little bit and draw it more towards the corner over here. Just to get it, what he's trying to do is get it away from that archer tower, because that archer tower is allowing extra firepower for the dragon side, on the dragon side there. That way he's using less troops, using as few troops as possible to get that dragon out of there. So now the dragon's taken care of. 27 balloons and 27 minions left. Swarms the base with balloons, and got 4 heal spells. It's basically just going to be a massacre. So we will, because the rest of this raid is done in a minute flat. So, I mean, you can see that this isn't going to take very long at all. Especially, he drops his heroes on the other side for a cleanup, so everything can be done even faster. We're going to ×2 it, and you can see the balloons are basically already through the whole base, and this base is already wrecked. Now the minions are cleaning up everything along the way. King's going down, and that is that. One last builder set. I hate whenever that happens. All right. Tyler is a Town Hall 8, so we will show this because this is a Town Hall 8 taking on a Town Hall 8. Now, this isn't a max Town Hall 8 or anything, and it's actually a bad base design as well. It's very, very open. GoWiPe lends itself really well to an open style base. So sends in a rage spell, gets rid of those Clan Castle troops real quick. Kind of wish he had dropped a poison spell. There goes the rest of those Clan Castle troops. Wizards are in the back, which is where you want them. P.E.K.K.A.s are in the front, which is where you want them. They're up front too. There goes a GoLoWiPe. And let's see here. Wizards are working their way through the rest of the base, taking everything else out. And they're going to take out that Clan Castle now. They're going to go over here to this side, work their way in through the core, take out everything here. King just happens to step up just in time to start tanking for everything else again. P.E.K.K.A. and a Golem are over here on this side doing stupid stuff. There's only 2 defenses left in the whole base. Drops a heal spell. Not that he needs it, but what the hell? Why not? Could have actually been just fine without that heal spell. And from here, it's just clean up. All the defenses are gone, and this base is toast. So, good job on that one, Tyler. Way to go. Tufel This is a Town Hall 8 versus a Town Hall 8. Or, no? Town Hall 8 versus Town Hall 7. It's a GoWiPe. Well, I started it. I can't just go ahead and not do it. Sends in a couple of golems. It's still good for everybody to see exactly how a GoWiPe should happen because he's actually doing a really good job. He's got a good spread on his golem, sends in his wall breakers, lines out his wizards, gets his wall breakers down into deep into the core of the base, which is a good thing. Almost got even the main part of the core broken open. Sends in a P.E.K.K.A. and any time on that poison spell would be nice. I don't think he's ever going to use the poison spell. There it goes. Now the wizards are going to make pretty short work of that dragon. Sorry about that. And that is pretty much it for this base because there's not hardly that many defenses left. Those wizards are actually going to take out quite a few things, even though there's not even any tank in front of them. Because they have a rage spell going on, they're going to take out a lot of structures. And now he's just got a 3-Pek as a king and 2 golems. They're going to take out the rest of this base. It's just going to take a long time because they're slow troops. Now see, this is what I'm talking about. He has no wizards left. If he had wizards, this base would have been cleaned up much quicker. I had balloons, though. Should have sent those out a long time ago. That was interesting. Those balloons made pretty quick work of everything, though. Good job, Tufel. Way to go, Devil Dog. All right. Last thing I probably want to show is going to be some of these lower guys. Probably just going to show Mini J's attack. This is a Town Hall 6 versus a Town Hall 6. So I've showed this many times before, but I always like showing these because this is a really good attack strategy if you're a Town Hall 6. So send in the archers, draw that dragon out, and now that you've got the dragon drawn out, you just surround it with archers, and that dragon is basically done with. So now that the dragon is taken care of, you can send in, well, he's going to send in balloons, max level balloons, and then he's just going to line balloons throughout the whole base. This is a little different than what I'm used to seeing. Regardless, it's going to work because they're going to get to that air defense, and the point of the whole thing is just to get to that main air defense there, and the rest of this base is done. I mean, D-U-N, done. And the last defense just went down, and now it's just cleanup. Oh, there was a cannon left, wasn't there? But now it's just cleanup. They're going to take everything else. Those level 6 balloons are just mean. 2 level 6 balloons can take out almost any structure whenever they drop 2 bombs. Other than like a town hall, some storages, and an expos. I mean, every other defense on the base is done. Or just any particular structure in general. So we'll just go ahead and get out of that. But that's all I wanted to show you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Keep on clashing. All right, clash it out.